Cardi B's latest livestream sent the entire internet spinning when she casually dropped a line that nobody expected, nobody was prepared for, and fans immediately knew would ignite a storm across social media. She hinted, almost jokingly but not really, that she could get pregnant again in 6 months, and the room went silent. Viewers said the energy shifted instantly. They started floating the comments asking who she was talking about, and without hesitation, Cardi clarified in that signature unfiltered tone that she meant Stefon Diggs. Almost overnight, the conversation changed from whispers about her postpartum glow to full-blown speculation about another baby on the horizon. According to fans watching closely, Cardi spoke with a calmness and certainty that suggested she wasn't exaggerating. She told everyone she felt so well taken care of during her recent birth that she wouldn't mind doing it again. Not 6 years, not 1 year, 6 months. And once that clip hit Twitter, the reactions were explosive. What really sent the internet into meltdown was the part where Cardi contrasted Stefon Diggs with her estranged husband, Offset. She didn't call names, but the implication was there, heavy in the air. She mentioned how comfortable, supported, and appreciated she felt during her pregnancy and delivery, and fans immediately started comparing it to all the past drama she endured with Offset. Several users began posting side-by-side timelines, claiming this was the first time Cardi had publicly sounded genuinely happy in a long while. Others pointed out the emotional weight behind her statement. Cardi didn't just say the experience was positive, she said she felt well treated, emphasizing it like it was a new reality for her. That phrasing had fans convinced she was subtly shading Offset without having to say a single negative word directly. Comment sections flooded with messages from supporters declaring that she finally got the kind of support she deserved. Meanwhile, Diggs has been silent, which only added to the suspense. Fans believe his silence is intentional, a power move, a gesture of privacy, or maybe something more strategic. People began pulling up clips of him holding the baby, visiting the hospital, and acting, in their words, like a man who understands the assignment. It created a sharp contrast to the chaos Cardi previously faced in her marriage, making the alleged 6-month timeline feel even more believable. Within hours, Offset is cooked became a trending phrase on multiple platforms. Users stitched old interviews where Cardi defended her marriage next to her new comments about feeling cared for, creating a narrative that Offset had officially lost his last chance. Some even joked that Offset might be somewhere punching the air because now the baby is growing fast, Stefon is fully stepping into the father role, and Cardi is talking about expanding the family again. A few fans tried to defend Offset, arguing that nobody knows what really happened behind closed doors, but their voices were drowned out. Most people felt the writing was on the wall. They said Cardi's demeanor was different, lighter, freer, and full of confidence. To them, this wasn't a woman reminiscing, this was a woman moving forward at full speed with no intention of looking back. What deepened the intensity was how fans connected the timing. Cardi gave birth 6 months ago, and the baby is already looking big and healthy in the latest photos. People said the glow on her face looked like someone who finally had peace. Screenshots circulated of tweets reading, "Offset will never get her back now," and "She found stability, love, and soft life. She's not returning to chaos." But the moment that shook everyone was when a fan asked directly if she was done having kids. Cardi laughed, shook her head, and said, "I don't know. When you get treated right, you start thinking different." That clip spread like wildfire. It became the centerpiece of thousands of debates, reaction videos, edits, and fan threads. Everyone interpreted it the same way. She's not closing the door on anything with Stefon Diggs. And just when the internet thought it had processed enough, new rumors started circulating claiming people close to the couple believe Cardi's 6-month comment wasn't a joke at all. Some alleged insiders suggest Diggs is fully on board with expanding the family and that they're already mapping out their next steps behind the scenes, creating a brand new narrative that could shift everything we thought we knew about this evolving storyline. But the real bombshell, the one that left fans stunned, is what we're diving into next, because apparently there's a deeper story behind Cardi's comment, something no one expected, and something that could change the entire Cardi-Offset-Diggs dynamic. As the story continued to spread, new claims began surfacing from people who said they noticed a major shift in Cardi's behavior around Stefon Diggs long before she ever confirmed anything publicly. According to viewers who've been analyzing her recent videos frame by frame, Cardi's body language hinted at a level of comfort and emotional security that she rarely displayed during her marriage. Those observations fueled the narrative that her 6-month pregnancy comment wasn't a random joke, but a sign of how deeply she's settling into this next chapter. Fans pointed out that Cardi's tone changes every time she mentions Diggs. They said she speaks with a softness that suggests she feels safe and a confidence that tells you she's no longer operating from stress or survival mode. Some even resurfaced older clips where she hinted at wanting more children, but didn't feel ready. Now her energy is entirely different, almost like she's finally living the version of motherhood she always dreamed of. Meanwhile, Offset's name kept getting thrown into the mix, no matter how much he tried to stay quiet. People began speculating that he's watching all this unfold with frustration, especially as posts claiming Offset is cooked kept going viral. Users revived old arguments and screenshots of messy moments, contrasting them with Diggs' calm, present, protective demeanor. And to make things worse, fans said Offset's lack of public acknowledgement felt like he was being slowly erased from the narrative. But the real plot twist came from rumored insider reports, claiming Offset has recently expressed concerns to his inner circle about Cardi expanding her family again so soon, especially with another man. Allegedly, he believes it could impact long-term dynamics involving their shared children, especially as Cardi becomes closer to Diggs' family and integrates their households more deeply. These claims sparked waves of debate. Did Offset really expect Cardi to wait for him indefinitely? Simultaneously, bloggers and fan pages started digging into Stefon Diggs' past relationships, trying to figure out whether he's ready for long-term commitment. Surprisingly, most fans concluded that he seems more stable now than he's ever been, especially with the new baby in the picture. They highlighted how consistently he showed up throughout Cardi's pregnancy, even if he's been quiet online, pointing out that privacy does not mean absence. And that privacy became a major talking point. Some fans believe Diggs is intentionally avoiding overposting to protect Cardi from backlash, especially considering how complicated things still are legally between her and Offset. People said this kind of restraint actually made him look more mature than many expected. It led to increasing speculation that the couple's making decisions together behind the scenes, major decisions that extend far beyond social media content. The conversation intensified further when a clip resurfaced of Cardi explaining she would never again settle for instability. Viewers paired that with her new comments about being treated well and began predicting that her future with Diggs may be more serious than anyone imagined. Some even argued that a second baby wouldn't be shocking at all. What would be shocking is if she didn't have one, considering how quickly their relationship seems to be deepening. What caught the internet off guard was how loudly female fans cheered her on. Huge sections of social media turned her pregnancy hint into a symbol of leaving toxicity behind and starting fresh. They used phrases like soft life era, fresh start energy, and motherhood and peace, saying Cardi finally looks like she's thriving. But just as the cheering grew louder, skeptics popped up saying she's moving too fast, warning that the whirlwind romance could backfire. But none of the criticism stopped the momentum. Then came the alleged bombshell from someone who claims to have connections to Diggs' camp, that Stefon may already be preparing for major life changes, including adjusting his schedule in anticipation of another child. This claim hasn't been confirmed, but the idea alone sent fans into a frenzy. They said if Stefon is genuinely planning ahead like this, Cardi's 6-month hint may have been more literal than anyone thought. And just when the internet thought it couldn't get any wilder, a new rumor surfaced, one that could completely reshape the storyline. Sources claimed Offset is considering taking a dramatic step to reinsert himself into the narrative, a move that could shake up not just Cardi's personal life, but the public dynamic between all three of them. And what Offset allegedly plans next might be the most shocking twist of this entire saga.